Hello everybody, got Mark here tonight on the Garage Guy 879 channel. Tonight is Saturday night, July 31st, 2021. Wow, it seems like you just blink your eyes and the year is already halfway over. Gee whiz. You know what I'm looking forward to coming up at the end of August? Some football. Yeah, I'm not talking NFL where those idiots take a knee when the national anthem's being played. You know, that's just disrespectful. It really is. I'm talking some good college football. I love to go to the high school games, support my local team, and yeah, you gotta love that time of year. But anyway, I'm up here on the bench under the bright light from the garage. And it's probably been a year since I've done a video here on the bench under the bright light. The last video I did was a Ruger SP101 versus a Charter Arms 357 Magnum Pug. Got a good response from that video. Anyhow, when I do these comparison videos, I don't want to do comparisons or versus videos that's already been run in the ground. You know, I like to do something different. And this right here, I typed into the YouTube search engine Taurus M856 Defender versus the Rossi Model 68. And guess what? They were no results. All it was either videos about the 856 Defender or a few videos about the Model 68 Rossi. So I figured, hey, why not? You know, it's about time. Alright, so why do you say we get this show on the road here? The reason I decided to do a versus video with these two firearms is very simple. They are just so similar. Even though this Defender is practically brand new, and this Rossi here was made early to mid 80s. Yeah, you might call this the granddaddy to this right here. I mean, you know, the capacity's different. You have 6 rounds here, 5 rounds here, but the similarities, you know, gee whiz, you know, what can you say? Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this started right here. Got SpongeBob sitting in the back. Hello, Jay Lee. Alright, J-frame sized, both of them. Now, we're going to start here with the Defender. And I believe the weight on this is right at 23 ounces. Good solid feeling revolver. The finish on here, of course, is matte stainless. The sights on here, you have an Ameriglow front notch sight, and then here in the back you have the notch sight in the frame. See if we can get the sight picture kind of right there in front of the camera. See what I'm doing here. Yep. Well, y'all get the gist of it. And also, both of these firearms have been safety checked. They're both empty. Alright. The sights on the Rossi Model 68. Of course, you have the notch back side here on the back of the frame. And you have a ramped front sight here on the end of the barrel. And speaking of that, I also have my Taurus Model 66, which is a late 70s version. I'm going to show it here in a little bit for some comparison also as well. Might as well get that out of the way. We can get this out of the way. Okay. Now let's look at the grips on here. Of course, the Defender comes with 2 sets of grips. This one here came with a Hogue grip. And this Taurus polymer grip right here. Very, very comfortable. It's a very soft polymer. Almost feels rubberish. And you can see the texturing on it. You get a good grip on that. It's not going to fly out of your hand by any means. Of course, you have the Taurus Bull insignia right here. The grips on the Model 68 Rossi reminiscent of Smith & Wesson revolvers of that era, early to mid 80s. Got some checkering right here. You got the Rossi emblem inlay right there as well. We look at that, you know, and you get these stainless revolvers, and that back piece here, man, it just sets it off nice. Beautiful. These grips right here, as you can see, do not have any scratches or marring or anything like that on it. They're just nice, really nice. Now, let's go ahead and check out the cylinder on this. I'm pretty sure this is not plus P rated right here. You know, it's a solid feeling revolver, but it doesn't seem to have the heft as the Defender. The Defender is plus P rated. The Model 68, I'm pretty sure it's not. We go ahead and open this up right here. We get a look at the cylinder 5 round capacity. Get my fingers out of the way. Yeah, nice clean weapon. Whoever had this before me, well, I know who had it, but it went through, well, John Wayne, Patrick, then me within a week. John Wayne got this from his uncle. No telling who his uncle got it from. Whoever had this kept it in immaculate condition. This is just nice. 6 round cylinder right here. The plunger, of course, you got the hash shrouded barrel. Plunger here, not as long as a plunger on an 856, but you know, I've tried it out. It ejects the shells very well, and I have yet to fire this. Of course, you can see the plungers on both of them. Yeah, the Defender plunger, a little bit longer than the Rossi. We go ahead and open this up. You have a 6 round capacity. I haven't put a whole lot of rounds through this either. It's still practically new. Shrouded plunger. Lockup's pretty good, just a little bit of wiggle. Of course, you have the cylinder release button right here. You push forward. Same with the Rossi. Just push forward. There it goes. Just a little bit of wiggle. I'd say the lockup on the Rossi is tighter than the Defender. Okay? Now, the hammer and trigger action on here. Now, that's why I brought this thing right here. Don't have snap caps. I've done wore them out, so I'm going to go ahead. We'll start with the 856 Defender. Put this in right here. Okay, get on there. Alright, pull back. Single action. Not too bad. Maybe about 3 or 4 pounds. Maybe not that much. Double action. Yeah, I love these modern Taurus triggers and hammers. Stage it all day long. I really like it. No problem. Let's take that out. Now let's try the Rossi. The firing pin on this, of course, is on the hammer. Now I'll show you here in just a second. As a matter of fact, I did the initial video on this last night here at the garage and uploaded it earlier this evening on YouTube. Single action, and there is the firing pin. Barely. I just barely moved my finger. Alright, double action right there. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to tell you, this rivals the Smith & Wesson revolvers of the same era as far as hammer and trigger action goes. It's just too smooth. The hammer and trigger action on this is very good for what it is, but this right here, it blows it away. Okay, now the weight on here, I know the weight on this is around what, 23 ounces. I picked this up and the Rossi seems to be a little bit lighter, and I don't have a scale. I need to get one, but yeah, I would say that the since this is plus P rated, it's going to be a little bit beefier. Let's do a size and width comparison right here. Let me get around here. just do a quick visual. Of course, the cylinder on the Defender is a little bit bigger around because it does hold one more round. You can see the hammers right there. The texturing is about the same. Same length, same width as far as the barrel. Frames seem to be the same size. Hold this up like that. Hold this up like this. Same curves, same lines practically. Yeah, it's just nice. A person could argue that this is just an earlier version of this right here. You know, and I truly believe it. On the initial video I did about this last night, you know, I talked about where these were made on Smith & Wesson machinery under license from Smith & Wesson in Brazil. And who's to say that they wasn't Smith & Wesson internal parts used in this? I bet they was, because it's just so sweet, that trigger and hammer action. Now, if I want to conceal carry something, I would probably use this right here, because, well, if it gets dinged or banged up or whatever, it's not going to cause me to lose any sleep. I called this right here an unknown classic. The finish, you know, is stainless. It's not nickel. It's in pretty good shape. It's in, well, excellent shape for its age. This thing's been babied, if you ask me. But still yet, you know, the value on this, something like this, would probably go either $300 to $350. And I mentioned in that initial video, I'm like, good grief, you know, I'm surprised the value isn't more than that. Well, a viewer, a Mr. John Hannon, left a comment, and he really nailed it. You know, he said he really loved the vintage Rossi revolvers, and I replied back, I'm like, I'm surprised they're not worth more. And then his reply to that was like, well, Mark, if it doesn't have that Smith & Wesson or Ruger name on the label, a lot of people aren't going to fool with it. And he is absolutely right. So, John Hannon, thank you very much for your comments. I mean, you nailed it, buddy. Anyhow, you know, 38 Special is nothing to sneeze at, alright? It's been used by law enforcement for, what, over a century now. It's got the job done, and a lot of people still use it. Now, another reason I would carry this over this is the fact that this is plus P rated. Yeah, 38 Special plus P, that is just one mean-ass honorary round. Tell you what, I'm going to show you that Taurus Model 66. Set that over here. And of course, this one is empty. We're good to go. Anyhow, look at the front bladed sight on here. Now, I do have some red fingernail polish on it, but you look at the sight on the Rossi, same thing. You see the grooves right here? You don't have them on the Rossi, but everything else, you know, Taurus, Rossi, very similar designs right here. Yeah. As a matter of fact, the cylinder release lever right here, they appear to be the same design. Practically about the same size. I'd say the Taurus is just a tad bigger because it's a larger gun. And of course, you got the hash shrouded barrels on both, protecting the cylinder plunger. Yeah. This has got the matted stainless finish. This has got the stainless steel finish. It is not matted. Anyhow, you know, it's just a beauty. Now, a lot of people say, well, Mark, you seem to favor the Rossi over the Taurus. I really don't. I like them both equally, but I believe I can get a lot more use out of the Defender than I can the Rossi. This, to me, yeah, may end up being a collector's piece, and tell you what, honestly, I'm not a collector. Somebody offers me the right price for this, I'll probably let it go. But until that happens, I'm going to hang on to it and I'm going to enjoy it. This right here is a more utilitarian style firearm. I think I gave, I think maybe about $339 or $369, I can't remember. I got this at Scotty's Guns in my hometown at Chilhowie, Virginia about a month or so ago, and I really am pleased with it. Neither one of these have the Hillary hole or internal lock on them. It's another thing I like about them. These are just nice. Anyhow, you know, there's not a whole lot more I can say about this. 5-round capacity, 6-round capacity. You have the night sight on front. Here you have the bladed sight. But if you look at the lines of the frame right here and how that curves around, they're practically the same thing. This one right here could call this one Granddaddy. Probably wouldn't be wrong. Well, listen, I hope y'all enjoyed this little comparison video here I thought I'd bring to you. I enjoy firearms like this, I really do. And, you know, like I said earlier in the video, a lot of comparisons just, you know, so many people do them on certain firearms, they just get run into the ground. But I checked the YouTube search engine, Taurus M856 Defender versus the Rossi Model 68. No results. So this might be a YouTube first. Who knows? Anyway, I'm Mark, GarageGate79. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. And remember, when you go shooting, please be safe.